Hi peoples, welcome to my channel, Bernie Playing with Makeup. My name is Bernadette. All my friends and subscribers call me Bernie. So if you are not yet a subscriber, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you turn on that notification bell. That way you will be notified every time I upload new content just like this. 2022. These brands are not playing with us, okay? They have already dropped 5011 foundations and it is only mid-March. I already reviewed a foundation from Dior. I really like that foundation. If you have not seen that video, I'm gonna link it right here in the cards for you. For today's video, I wanted to review this foundation here. I think the release of this foundation kind of flew under the radar and it just was like, okay, Kosas have a new foundation. And right now, this foundation is taking over YouTube. This is the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation Broad Spectrum SPF 25. So this is the foundation that I use to create this look right here. If you want to hear my thoughts and opinion on this foundation, what you will have to do is keep watching. But before you get into today's video, we do have a sponsor. Today's video is in sponsorship with Ana Luisa. If you're not familiar with Ana Luisa is an online jewelry store. They sell affordable jewelry as well as more high-end jewelry, making their jewelry accessible to everyone. The thing that I really love about this brand and why I'm excited to be partnering with them is they believe in making jewelry but not doing it at the expense of the environment. So when possible, Ana Luisa makes their jewelry using recycled material, and Ana Luisa is also very transparent in how they source their gems. Ana Luisa was kind enough to send me a few pieces that I'm going to share with you guys right now. The first piece they sent me is this necklace that I'm wearing right now. You are going to see me rocking this necklace throughout this entire video. I love necklaces like this that I can wear during the summer months, and these feel super light. Another thing that I really love with Ana Luisa's jewelry, the jewelry is real quality. Real good quality. Anyone who knows me will tell you I only wear quality jewelry. So the fact that I'm wearing Ana Luisa's jewelry, trust, their quality. Another piece that they sent me that I'm absolutely in love with, and you'll see me rocking throughout this video, is this ring right here. This ring is stunning. I love the way it is shaped. I think it is unique. I personally don't own a piece that is shaped anything like this. I love the two circles that crisscross, and then they have these little gemstones that goes all the way around to here. The third and final piece that they sent me that I am absolutely in love with is this one right here. This necklace, I think it is so beautiful, and I love anything that I can accessorize in many different ways, making it versatile. One way is to turn it like this. The catch now becomes a charm. You can wear it the traditional way, and this is how I will wear it if I'm wearing it at night. Thank you very much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video. There is a link in the description bar. It's going to take you to Ana Luisa's website where you will be able to enjoy 25% off site-wide. Full disclosure, I started this video already and then I noticed I wasn't in focus. So I decided to start over. I've already primed my face. That's all you missed. I primed my face. I used my FENTY Beauty Hydrating Primer. That's the only thing that you really missed. 2022, these brands, they had a meeting. And they was like, you know what? We just can keep giving them foundations. Now, as I said in a previous video that'll go up before this, I'm not going to be reviewing all these foundations. As someone who creates content, I feel overwhelmed with the amount of foundations that I have. So I can only imagine how a regular consumer probably feels with all these foundations. I will be reviewing the NARS foundation for sure. I'm going to review that next. And if there's another foundation that you guys would like to see me review, please make sure you let me know that, and I'll be more than happy to see if I can make that happen. Of course, that is contingent on what Crohn says. Y'all know, I be saying one thing, and Crohn's be like, you didn't discuss that with me, and agree with that. But that's just our story. That's just how it works. This is the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation SPF 25. It is a clean foundation, plus it has skincare treatment and SPF, which is always good, but that is not a reason to skip SPF, especially if you're going to be going outside. We love SPF regardless of our skin color. I did already go in and put my SPF on. The SPF I have on today is this one here from Too Faced. This is the Too Faced Hangover RX Good to Go Skin Protecting SPF 25 Moisturizer. So I already did go ahead and put that on a little while ago when I was doing my skincare routine. What else did they say about this foundation? What else we need to know? This foundation is described, like I said already, it's a clean foundation. It says clean SPF foundation for skincare freaks. So I guess if you're really into your skin, you're gonna love this. Now I will say this to you guys, all of these foundations that I've seen them launch, they are all now claiming to have, you know, a really high concentration of skincare ingredients in them. That is not a reason to skip your skincare routine. It's not. And I also find it quite interesting that all of a sudden every brand came out with skincare. My foundation is just a little bit of foundation, but it's more skincare. That's a bit too convenient for me. It's a medium coverage SPF treatment foundation with a natural dreamy finish that instantly blends like skin to blur visibly smooth texture and minimize pores. Some of the ingredients that this foundation have in it is hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, peptides, squalene, vitamin B, arnica, plus caffeine, which is clinically proven to hydrate, brighten, soothe, protect, soothe, pump, and protect. Lord have mercy, this foundation has some claims. It is said that this foundation is dermatologically tested. It is safe for sensitive skin, and it is non-acnogenic. Okay, so non-acnogenic, I didn't know what it meant, so I looked it up. It means that it is good for your skin. It won't cause breakouts, I guess. Foundation comes in 36 shades. The foundation does retail, I believe, for $42. Last year, Kosas launched their Revealer Concealer, which I'm going to be playing with today. I think I already reviewed, but I'm using this today. They also launched these two products last year, which I've already reviewed, but I'm going to use again today. This is their Cloud Set Powder. I have it in the shade Silky, and this is their bronzer. I have it in the shade Deep. And even if you buy your foundation separately, it will tell you which concealer is the best concealer for the shade that you selected. This is actually the second one I got. The first one I got, the pump wasn't working good, as well as it was too light for me. And Kosas was really super, they was really super nice about it. I let them know what was going on, and I told them I felt like this shade might be a better shade for me, and they were really nice and sent the shade out to me right away. So thank you guys very much over at Kosas. This is best applied with fingers or makeup brush. They have a makeup blender, they're calling it, but you know I'm a beauty blender snob, so I'm good. All right, so that's about it. I'm gonna start off. It does say for 1 pump for light coverage, 2 pumps for medium coverage. I'm gonna see what light coverage looks like, so I'm gonna start off with 1 full pump. All right, so that's what I think is 1 full pump. I didn't swatch this one. I looked at it online, and I did look at some videos, because first foundation I tested, that foundation didn't get a lot of hype. This foundation here, I don't know what's in it, but I mean, I know what they say is in it, but I know this one here is definitely, like, you can't go on YouTube and not see this. To get good coverage, you're definitely gonna need 2 pumps. So this is the side that I have it on, which what I would consider not that much. So let me just finish this off. Now, we know that I'm trying to conserve my energy. It is now 1:19. So it's about the same time it was when I started the last video that I did, but unfortunately, I didn't discuss my plans with Crohn's. And after I was done, I was really done. and I wasn't able to come back and do a full wear test. So I'm not going to promise you a wear test today. I'm gonna say we're gonna play it by ear. I didn't share this much when I used it the other day. So I'm switching over to my flat kabuki F30 from Sigma. Once I saw this foundation, I was really interested in it. So I started watching, you know, at first a lot of people wasn't reviewing it. I don't know, this made this, I don't know. All right, so I was watching this lady do her review. Should I say it or not? And so she's reading the ingredients. And the next thing I know, she says it has hydraulic acid and pesticides. I was like, what? Like, okay. My husband was bringing my dinner to me. So what happened was bringing my dinner as I was watching the video, and she was like, it has some really good ingredients in it. It has hydraulic acid, pesticides, and my husband was like, what are you watching? What are you watching? I thought you was watching a makeup video. I was like, I thought I was watching a makeup video too. One girl that lost me when she said it had pesticide. I mean, I might have gone, I might have ignored hyaluronic, I might have hydraulic acid. I might have ignored hydraulic acid, but pesticides, I kid you not. Remember I told you this was the second one I received? So I like, oh, hold on, I can't even eat my food right now. I need to go see if this thing has pesticides in it. I don't know if I can cut this out or not, but I was like, oh, hyaluronic acid, pesticide, and hydraulic acid. I said, okay, maybe that's how she like her makeup. But what it actually has in it is hyaluronic acid, as I read, and peptides. So that is 1 pump. 1 pump definitely is giving light coverage and not medium coverage, but they did warn me I wanted to be hot-headed. So what I'm gonna do is follow instructions, especially when where I have hyperpigmentation around my mouth, and I'm just gonna build it up to see if I can get a decent medium coverage, and I'll come back and show you guys what that looks like. I have blended the concealer in. I used all 2 pumps that I pumped into this, and as you can see, I used up every bit of it. I don't know if I would necessarily consider this a medium coverage foundation. I think this is more a light coverage foundation that you can build up and get a little bit more coverage, but I wouldn't go as far as to call it a medium coverage foundation. I'm getting very much dewy finish. Not, I don't want to say, like, when I say dewy, looking into the monitor, I can see that what I'm seeing on camera isn't translating as dewy as what I'm seeing in person. So it'll be interesting to see how it comes together once I set it using their setting powder. The concealer that I have is shade number 8.2. I reviewed this last year, but good for me that this shade is the shade that they recommend. So if you're using the same foundation shade that I use, which is Deep Warm 370 with a golden undertone, they do recommend this shade right here. So let's see how that goes. From what I remember with this concealer, it blended out really nice. I love the applicator. I really did like the applicator. Can you guys see that? Okay, focus back on me. A cream contour. I'm going to use this bronzer from Say. It is not a contour, it's a very warm bronzer, but I haven't really played with it that much, so I want to use it today. Mine is deep bronze, and I'm using my Rougher number 17 brush. As I said in my Diva video, I really like this brush for contouring. This shade is stunning, this bronzer. I'll show you a little bit of me blending this concealer out, and then I'm either gonna fast forward or cut the rest out. I just want you to see how well the concealer blends. And from what I remember, it blends out really nice, and I do remember that it didn't dry down too fast, so you have some time to work. It blends out very easy. It doesn't take a lot at all to blend it out. It doesn't take any effort at all to blend this out. This is it. I've got the concealer blended in and my contour is blended in, but underneath my eyes aren't bright at all, so I'm going to use another concealer to brighten under my eyes just a little bit, and I'll show you how that looks. This is how it looks with the concealer blended and the contour, the cream bronzer that I done as a contour, and that bronzer on top of, but blended on top of it. To give me a little bit more brightness, I did go and use my Mother Pot concealer. For me, when in doubt, I always go with Mother Pot. I find that concealer blends effortlessly on almost every foundation I've ever tried it on. So when I'm in doubt, that's what I go with. Now I'm gonna pop off camera. I'm gonna set my face, finish it off probably, and then we'll come back and talk about it. All right, guys. So this is our final look. What do you think? I think she came out pretty cute. Again, just remember, I'm still getting my feet back in the game, so I think it came out pretty cute. To tell you what I used off camera, I used the bronzer from Kosas. I used that setting powder to set my face. On my lips, I have a lipstick on from NARS. I believe this is called, I really love this shade. This is a very pretty shade. This is Lose Control, the NARS Air Matte lipstick that they came out with sometime last year. And to buff everything together as I normally do, I did use my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finishing Powder in the shade number 4. First off, let me tell you guys what time it is. It is 3:34. I started putting this on my face at 1:30, just about 1:30. So I've had this on for about 2 hours. I really don't want to promise you guys a wear test, just because me and Crohn's another discussion, and sometimes when I talk to Crohn's and we have an agreement, Crohn's will say, well, I heard you talking but I didn't answer you, so I didn't agree to that. But I'm gonna try to give you guys a wear test. I will try my best, so that if I don't come back with a wear test, it means that I was just unable to come back. Let's talk about this foundation. This foundation is hot right now. Of the 5011 foundations that launch, this one is hot. So I was really interested to put this foundation to the test. I wanted to see what was the 411, what was the T. Is it all of that, or is it just our faves doing what they do, hyping up products? I have mixed feelings about it. I do believe it's a pretty foundation. I think the shade matches spot on. So thank you so much, Kosas, for sending me the right shade. I think it's a very beautiful foundation. Where I have some issues with it is I feel like it's a heavy foundation. For a medium coverage foundation, it feels like I have makeup on. And I have makeup on, so duh. But we know that we are used to wearing makeup now where it doesn't feel like we have makeup on. Whenever I'm doing a foundation review, I do try to review the foundation using products that I would normally use. So if something goes wrong, I will know I'll know with certainty that it was not because of the products I used with it. It was something to do with the foundation. I did use the Kosas Cloud Set powder to set my face, and I used their bronzer to bronze my face. I do have the Say cream bronzer on, but I've used that cream bronzer before and I didn't feel like it felt heavy. So I do feel like the foundation feels a little bit heavy. It was quite easy to blend other products on top of it. So I'm happy with that. They don't make that much claims in terms of how long you're supposed to be able to wear this foundation before your oils decide to give you a visit. As a general rule of thumb, I think about 7-8 hours in is when you're gonna start to see your oils. For me, having had this foundation on now for about 2 hours, I'm happy with the way it's holding up in this little short period of time. Normally, right my nose and right around my nose will get oily, and I'm not seeing any oils peeking through. As far as the height that this foundation is getting, honestly, my impressions currently is the foundation is Kosas is doing a really good job branding. I prefer the Dior foundation over this. I do. It does give you, it claims to have a natural finish, but I feel like upon application, it was more a dewy finish. Now, once I set it and, you know, everything came together, it all worked out. And my face doesn't look oily, it doesn't look dewy. You know, my face almost looks like I have a matte foundation on, although I don't. Is it revolutionary? I don't think so. I've noticed, as I said before, all 11 of these foundations that have been launched this year, they are all claiming to have skincare benefits. And I think there's brands starting to worry about people maybe being a little bit more conscious about what they're putting on their skin. You know, if we say it has skincare properties in it, people may feel a little bit more comfortable using it, especially people with more mature skin like myself. Overall, I find it to be a very beautiful foundation. My biggest complaint is that it is not a lightweight foundation. And you guys know, whenever a foundation is a lightweight foundation, that's one of the first things I notice. How long is it gonna hold up? Kosas, like I said again, Kosas didn't say, so we'll have to see if we can do a wear test. I want to again thank Ana Luisa for sponsoring today's video, and I would like to remind you guys to please check the link in the description bar. Ana Luisa is currently having a 20% off site-wide sale for March Madness. I guarantee you, you're going to find something that you like from Ana Luisa. Alright guys, I am back. It is not 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. But I did make it further than I did the other day. It is 6, is that? Okay, it's 6:43. I've had this makeup on now since about 1:30, and you last saw me, I think it was about 3 or 3:30 since you last saw me. Fortunately, I did not have to go to sleep. So, but now, I didn't have to go to sleep, but now I'm feeling tired. As I said, I did bulk film today, so now I'm feeling a bit tired. So I figure I'm gonna call this a wrap. So we've had it on for about 6 hours. Yeah, about 6 hours. And I really must say, I am impressed. I feel like the longer I wear it, the more skin-like it looks. Like when I checked in at 4, or when I came back at 4 after finishing everything, it didn't look skin-like. Now, both in person and on camera, it looks very much skin-like. And I'm also impressed that this foundation is able to hold my oils at bay for 6 hours. In person, right here, the tip of my nose and right around here is oily, but I'm not seeing any oils for having it on for 6 hours. I mean, and I know 6 hours is not a long time, but guys, please work with me. Please remember, I am coming back and I'm still not healthy. I am still nowhere near where I need to be. So for 6 hours, I've seen foundations perform far worse in less time. You guys remember, I think it was the Bare Minerals foundation that literally melted off of my face within, I want to say, an hour. This foundation, and that kind of did like make me be a little bit standoffish with clean beauty foundations until LYS. So, and this foundation being clean beauty, I did worry that maybe it wasn't gonna hold up. But actually, this is holding up really, really well. And I do like the way it looks now. much better, and much more than I like the way it looked right after I finished my makeup. I really was, that wasn't right after, that was about an hour after I was finished. So once my natural oils started to get used to the foundation, I think I see the natural radiant finish that the foundation claimed to have. So all in all, I think the foundation did very well. But just for the sake of, you know, wear test, to say we do a wear test, I'm gonna blot and I'm gonna see how it's gonna look once I blot. If you're not new to my channel, you know that when I blot, I just take the brush that I use to set my face. I normally take that with no new product on it and just go around my face and blot in the areas where I feel I need to blot. One thing I kind of noticed though is I have on that Armani nude melting blush, and she decided to clock out really early. Lazy. So this is the brush I used earlier to set my face, and I mean, like, especially looking at it in person, I don't need to blot. I don't need to blot. I think this is gonna be a really good summer foundation. Listen, I said my initial impressions was what they were right after. I still don't feel like it is anything revolutionary for the amount of hype that it's getting, but it is a beautiful foundation. And once you wear it for a couple of hours, the foundation, at least on me, it took a couple of hours for the foundation to look really pretty. My face did not become overly oily. My face looked perfectly fine to me. It doesn't, like I said, I blotted, but that was just so we could say I blotted. It's a very pretty foundation and I love this shade. I think this shade is like the perfect shade for me. Guess what, guys? I'm doing my final check-in and I'm not laying down. That's progress. I did say I was going to try and post a video, one video a week. I maybe, just maybe able to do 2. I was able to like bulk film and have videos at the editor. So I may be able to just do 2. I'm going to Philadelphia for a doctor's appointment and you just never know how those go. That's about it, guys. Like I said, I would like to hear your thoughts on this foundation. Have you picked it up? If not, are you going to pick it up? I would definitely recommend it. If I had to give this foundation a rating, I would say 8 out of 10. And that's just because I have foundations that it's not gonna replace, for example, it won't replace my Gucci foundation, it won't replace my Givenchy foundation or my Armani foundation. It won't replace those. So, and those I would consider a 10. So I would give this an 8. Reach the end of our video. Before you leave, guys, please make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. That does help me here on YouTube. And also, if you have not yet joined the Bernie Babe family, now is a perfect time to go ahead and join our growing family by hitting the subscribe button. Make sure you turn on your notification bell. That way you will be notified every time I upload new videos, just like this. And until next time, guys, please be safe. Bye.